Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll, or actually Dave's Top 3,000 Songs of the Rock Era, which is my new name for this group. Used to be called Old Time Rock and Roll. I guess I have to get used to saying the real name now. Anyway, I'm up to song number 2547 of my list of my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. And that one is Lonely Old Night by John Cougar Mellencamp. And this one came out in 1985, went to number 6, and it was also released on his 1985 album entitled Scarecrow. And here's a picture of John Cougar Mellencamp around this time he recorded it. Um, this is the third song by him I've featured, so I'm not gonna do a bio on John Cougar Mellencamp. He's gone by several different names, by the way. He was originally just known as John Cougar, and Cougar wasn't his real name; that was a stage name. But I guess about midway through his career, he decided to start using his real last name as well, Mellencamp. Now I think he just goes by John Mellencamp. But pretty great artist, I think. His music is called Heartland rock. He was born, I believe, in Bloomington, Indiana. Kind of in the middle of the Heartland, kind of Trump country, actually. But he's liberal. I mean, yeah, that's one thing I like about him. He's been very politically active too. For the left, which I really appreciate. I mean, we need more people like him to speak up for what matters in this country, I think, and he's been doing this for a long time. So I'm very proud of him for that. And besides that, I like his music too, and including this song. So now I'm just going to talk about this song, Lonely Old Night. Not a whole lot to say about it. I learned something interesting, actually. I didn't know this before, but I looked this up on Wikipedia. Apparently, the inspiration for the song Lonely Old Night came from a movie starring Paul Newman called HUD. I never saw this movie. I do like Paul Newman. I think he was a very good actor. Been in some pretty great movies like The Hustler and the Exodus and several others. Really good movie actor, and I think he's the only Hollywood actor I know who never got a divorce. By the way, as far as I know, he stayed married to Joanne Woodward throughout his entire career, which is pretty commendable, considering just about everybody else in Hollywood seems to get a divorce and be screwed up in other ways as well. But apparently not Paul Newman, so kudos to him. But I want to talk about this song, "Lonely Old Night." I mean, I don't know what apparently inspiration that from the movie was his relationship. I know, like I said, I never saw the movie HUD, but I guess John Cougar Mellencamp was moved by the relationship Paul Newman's character, I guess HUD had with his father in the movie. I guess I have to see that movie now to see what it's about. But I'm a little surprised by this because this song just sounds like a simple love song to me. I mean, he's basically singing to his girlfriend. He's saying, "Hey, baby, it's a lonely old night. Let's spend it together. Let's have a good time tonight. Because we're both lonely. We got nothing better to do. Let's just put arms around each other and have a good time." And I can relate. You know. And a lot of his songs are kind of like that, just kind of simple songs about simple lifestyle. That's one reason I do really like John Cougar Mellencamp. His music doesn't really pretend to be anything more than it is. And I think I just have to say one more thing about this song. I think John Cougar was very highly influenced by a lot of 60s rock and roll. You can hear it in other songs. He even has another hit, which is coming up on my list, called ROCK in the USA, which is subtitled Tribute to 60s Rock and Roll, I think. And he mentions a great classic Motown song in this song. He mentions Standing in the Shadows of Love by the Four Tops, which I think is a really excellent song. That one's coming up much higher on my list, by the way, as a lot of other Motown classics are. But it's pretty appropriate for this song because I guess, in this song he's describing how he's lonely and maybe he feels like he's standing in the shadows of love, lonely and heartbroken and, just wants to have a good time and, just anyway. So that's pretty much all I have to say about "Lonely Old Night" by John Cougar Mellencamp. Um, So thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.